Alright, so you guys, the last video I posted on Saturday night or something, I think on Saturday or so, right? I gave an announcement that Priscilla published on her IG handle sharing about parents that want to put their children in school in Canada. A reliable source, this lady called Ethiopian. She's a graduate in Canada, and this is what she does with people. You know, she's a JP fan, a lover, like a hard fan. Like, yes, so she reached out to Prissy, telling Prissy how she could help her fans. For parents who are interested, like, this is a sure plug. Like I said in the other video, Prissy will not involve herself in things like this if it's definitely not authentic. And I took my time to go to the lady's handle, seeing how she's been celebrated in Canada, like outside Nigeria. In Canada, she's in most of their billboards because of her academics excellence and how well she has portrayed herself to be down there in Canada. So you guys will listen to all this. I may not play all the video. In the comment section, I'm going to attach a link or her handle in case you want to see further info. She's putting out this here so that people can reach out to her for credible way to come to Canada. This one now, if you want japa, like reliably, fast and easy, no corner, no losing money, she will tell you what and what to do for your child to come and school in Canada. I hope you like this one, and don't forget to like the video so that other people that need this kind of help. I know people in Africa, most of them like their children to go to Canada and school, do all those educational stuff because of the benefit and all what have you. So if you're like me, put your ear down, get the necessary info, and also reach out to them via their IG handle and get more details. Okay, come back and thank me later. Let's watch this video.
Hi, it's Priscilla. I will take you to my city. We don't have if you chicken.
Hello, hi.
The roll, baby. Wow.
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. How
I
you
give you
doing?
another
So
one.
happy
You're
to
my
see you. Yes.
friend. You're my friend. Yes, with you. So we are with you in this journey together. Honestly, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm happy to also have this opportunity to also share, with the fans and people. So before we start, I'll also introduce myself to your followers as well. So before you
Okay.
start, yes, my name is Priscilla mkambala. I'm an influencer, business mogul, entrepreneur, and a realtor, and also a graduate from Babcock University. So before we go on with the questions, I'd like to also talk about like the importance of education. So I would say education empowers critical thinking, emotional like intelligence, decision making, and it's very important for like a lot of people. And it's good because it makes you stand out from the rest. So
Excellent.
before we begin, can you also tell us about yourself?
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to tell you something that I shared with someone regarding you before we move forward. So we are talking about the Gen Z and how they can impact their younger ones. So I know said, okay, if you can go back to Priscilla, I think she'll be a good role model to the young ones coming up. Because when I was listening to what she said, remember that caption where he said, and I met my wife in the line of duty.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
made reference to that to her. So she went back and watched the video and she came back and said, oh, Ify, I love that aspect of her.
Yes.
That kind of thing. So and I really appreciate that. So my name
Yes.
is Ify Tony Osondo, and I'm a Canadian immigration consultant in good standing.
Yeah.
So what I mean in good standing is that when I am regulated by the government of Canada to provide immigration advisory services to anyone who wants to come to Canada, either to visit, to work, to school, or to live permanently. So I attended after my master's degree in Nigeria. When upon arrival in Canada, I also went back to the University of Regina for a 4-year bachelor's degree in social work. So I am a registered social worker of Saskatchewan as well. And I graduated with an academic silver prize award. Thereafter, I proceeded to Queen's University in Ontario for immigration and citizenship law. And thereafter, I have posted my results, so they can see it there. So thereafter, I shall name the entry to practice examination of the regulated Canadian immigration consultants, and I passed successfully, and I received a letter of authority to provide immigration advisory services to anyone who wants to come to Canada. Then there is the immigration aspect of it. I am also an educational consultant with the University of Regina, Saskatchewan Polytechnic, Lethbridge University in Alberta, University of New Brunswick, and Luther College High School. Something I say that I am very passionate about, and I enjoy
Yeah.
what I am doing regarding that. Well, for my social work aspect, I am not really practicing that. But at the same time, I
Okay.
use the social work roles and the social work models that I gathered. I use that in affecting my immediate community by trying to bring
Mm,
out programs and services that we have to do so as to keep body and soul together. So I used to post some of the activities that we usually do there in on my page. So early
yeah.
this year, I also proceeded to Nigeria, whereby I
Mm,
spoke with a few schools regarding abuse and how to stop abuse using the I Stop statement. I also was
mm,
privileged to went to Green Springs Green Spring services in
yeah.
I think the one at Anthony Village. Yes, the one at Anthony.
Yeah.
So I was able to meet with their students, and that was a few days before they celebrated their 40 years milestone. And I also was privileged to meet with about 10 Catholic colleges. They came in
Wow.
consortium, like Holy Child College, St. Gregory, St. Finbar, St.
Mm.
Thomas Aquinas, Marywood College, some of them, and another one, Laura International, in Town.
Really
So
an
the ones
all
I was
rounder. All
yeah, so the ones I was not able
right,
to
keep
meet,
going, Queen. Yes.
the ones I was not able to meet, so I told them that during my next visit, I will touch base
Yes.
with that. Yeah. So that is pretty much about me.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Excellent, mom. Excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
so before we start like with the main questions, you guys after we're done, we're gonna also take questions from you guys as well. But let's start. Okay, so can you tell us about some programs one can pursue in Canada? Like,
All
some
right.
programs
Thank
that they
you.
can pursue. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just want to let people know that undergraduate degree, that's at the bachelor's level, is not
Yeah.
really what you can do in Canada. So what I usually advise parents before they embark on this mission, they should always know that
Yeah.
this is an expensive ride. Do you understand? So what they
Mm-hmm.
have to do is to live within their budget. So if you want to train a
Mm,
child in Canada, first of all, you ask yourself, can I afford this? What can I
mm.
afford? How will I
Financial
make do with what I
stability.
can afford?
Yeah.
You understand? How will I make do with what I can afford? So, and
Right.
there's this mentality that we have also back home that polytechnic, they are not institution. No, it's not like that here. So what
Mm,
I encourage some, if you can afford 1 year certificate course, go for it. If you can
mm.
afford 4 years bachelor's, go for it.
Go
If you
for
can
it.
also afford 2 years diploma, go for it. If you can afford to do masters, go for it. And
Go
if you
for
can
it.
afford PhD, go for it. So there is
Yeah.
something for everyone. There's some programs you can also do. 8 months program, 1 year program, 2 years for depending on what you can afford. That is it.
Afford. Okay. Wow, that's excellent. So the next question is like, let's say I'm the one now. I just finished high school and I want to gain like admission in Canada. What are the chances? What are my chances?
Okay, so if you are like said like 16 years old, first
Yeah,
of
like
all, what we
16.
have to look at is to know the very first thing we have to advise parents is, do you
Yeah.
know anybody in Canada, any close family in Canada? Because we are looking at the aspect of getting a custodian for you or a guardian,
Mm,
because this is still
mm.
a minor. Maybe
Yeah.
this is a child the driver takes to school
Yeah.
every morning and brings back in the
Yeah.
evening. And now
Mm.
you are about to send this child away from family and friends
Away
in
from
a
home.
faraway country, right? So the very first
Yeah.
thing we advise is, do you have any family member or friends or anyone who can
Mm.
look after this child? If you say yes,
Right.
you know a child there, you know if somebody will start looking for schools in that particular so in that particular province,
Area.
so that you will not have issue looking for a custodian, because a child less than 17 years old requires a custodian in Canada. Do you understand? A
Right.
child of 17 years old, a child that is not up to 18 requires a
18, up to the
custodian in
legal
Canada.
age. You
So
still need,
yeah,
yeah, you
so
still
if
need a
you don't
guardian.
really, yeah, so if you don't
Uh,
really have that in place, if you don't have any
mm,
family member, this and that, they will now say, okay, no problems. These are the schools we will look into, this and that. I
right.
am also an educational consultant with the schools. So if they are coming to any of the schools that I have partnership with, and they are in Canada, in my own province, I can step in as a guardian, right? So before
Yeah.
their arrival, I need to connect. And another thing we usually do, first of all, we will look at the school this child graduated from. Then we will
Mm,
now connect this child with any of our existing schools that have students that graduated from that same
okay.
institution, so that
Yeah.
they will give him what we call that connection before
Connection.
arrival,
They will be able to
right?
relate.
So yeah, because
Yeah.
it's really very important, right? Because
Yeah.
you'll be
Very
so
nice.
excited, you are traveling to go and meet your
Yeah.
people, this, and that.
Yeah.
So, but
In a
if the
new
child does not
country.
have
So it's
any,
very, very, yeah, good to be able to relate. So to make things easier. Yeah.
yeah,
That makes
so that means before you arrive, you must have gotten some students you'll be acquainting with, connecting with. They will tell you this, and that. At least you'll be looking forward to meeting with them. They will also be looking forward to meet you. Sometimes if I'm going to the airport, because we'll come to the airport to pick you up as a guardian, right? And then
yeah.
take you to the hostel or wherever you opted to stay. Then those
Yeah.
students will come and meet you up. So that's what we usually do. Basically, for a child that is less than 16 years old, it is essential that the parents connect this child to any province where he knows somebody. If you don't know anyone, try to get a good guardian who will
Like,
see this person very true, because year one is very, very important. If the child
important.
misses it up in the year one, it's sometimes very difficult to fix it.
Right. Thank you so much for that. I hope you guys are listening. And after all this session, you could also ask your questions. So let's go to the next question. So, as a grade 12 student who are currently waiting for WAEC results, what is the word of advice you can give to the parents who wish to sponsor their children abroad?
Okay, so I already said what I will tell the parents in my first whatever. First,
Yeah,
live within your means, right?
yeah,
The
yeah. You
exchange rate,
mentioned
the
it. Yeah.
exchange rate is not smiling. Live within your
Mm,
means. If it is 1 year that you can afford, let that child look for the 1 year
1 year.
program. Sit down properly, because sometimes some parents will think, yeah, will tell you, oh, I thought the tuition happens to be 500. No, it is not. So what happens is
Mm,
this, and I need them to, and that is why we are creating this awareness, right? So the
yeah,
very first thing they have to look, oh, my child, how bright is this, my child? Can my child
yeah.
carry 5 credit loads? Because there's some
Right.
institution you will get, because for you to study in Canada, no, one thing is that you must be a full-time student. So there are some schools that will tell you that to be a full-time student, you must be doing 15 credit loads. And there are some
Mm,
schools that will tell you to be a full-time student, you must be doing 9 credit loads. So if your
those.
child is not that bright enough to carry 15 credit loads, which is 5 classes,
Mm,
I won't advise you to take this child to that school, because number
yeah,
one, child will not be progressing in the study because he will be struggling. Do you
yeah.
understand? At a stage you
Right.
hear that,
You won't have the
oh, my
capacity
mental
to take
health,
all that. Yeah.
yeah, my mental health, I need to back out from this, I need to back out from
Yeah.
that. So by the time they come, we usually explain all these things to them. So if your child is the struggling type, take that child to
Mm,
maybe a school of 9 credit loads,
right.
because you to study in Canada, you are required to give like 70 or 85% of your own time. It's not almost the lecturer. You have to get prepared for this study.
Yeah,
So
correct.
that's number one thing the parents should look for. What's the
Okay.
meaning of a full-time study in that institution they are going to? Number
Right.
two, they should try to know what is our budget. Can we
Mhm.
afford it?
Yeah, I was
Can we
coming to
put
that
ourselves in
question.
financial?
I was coming
Can
to
we
that
put our,
question. So, like, what is
can
the
we,
budget for studying in Canada? Like, cause there are a lot of people that also offer this service. Oh, you want to study abroad? Come to Canada. So, what is like the budget? Would you be honest? Like, okay, this is the budget. Don't waste your time. Don't listen to people. Don't try to disappoint your expectations. So, yeah, that was the next question.
yeah, so for example, the budget, I'm going to give you a live budget, the correct one.
Okay.
For example, I'll use University of Regina. The the 1 year tuition is usually
Mm.
22,000 Canadian dollars. So in this
Mm.
22,000 Canadian dollars, there is also what they call living expenses that you're supposed to provide. That is for 1 year. The cost of living expenses for 1 year is 20,635. So if you add this 20,635 to the
Plus.
22,000, it is 42,635. Then you are also expected to have what they call boarding fee or transportation fee that will take you to and from Canada. Because it's not
Mm.
after giving you admission, you won't have money.
Yeah,
Try.
to transport.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
sometimes parents do not
true.
see that living expenses. Do you understand?
Mm.
So when they want to make application, you find out they will say, oh, 20,000. Or sometimes they'll be looking
Yeah,
at the acceptance fee they ask them to
right.
pay. Some will tell you, oh, I only pay 500 when I was going. I only pay 1,000. Or knowing that they were referring to the acceptance fee. Do you
Wow.
understand? So these are the
Yes.
arithmetic that the parents should do at home before sending their kids. If you cannot afford it, look for cheaper school. Maybe at during master's level, you send them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what expenses is changing from 20,000 to 635. So it's changing. It's going to be 22,000. The exact amount is yeah. Before the program runs out, I'll give you the exact amount.
Wow. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So like I said, I think I mentioned this. There are a lot of people offering this service, and like what is the benefit? What makes you stand out as an educational consultant? Like what makes you stand out from every other person doing something like this, trying to encourage people, trying to get the service? What makes you different?
Okay, so the difference
Why
is
should
that
my fans, why should they use your service? The JPs.
so
Yeah.
So this is something I enjoy doing, right? And that's why I have the
Yes.
passion for what I do. And don't forget that during my what's it called? During my major practicum as a social worker, I was in the university whereby I did I worked with I did my major practicum whereby I committed 450 hours on paid time to the University of Regina International. And therein, I was offering one-on-one support to students, and that was during quarantine. So all those students that we are put in one room for 14 days, so I'll be the one, talking to
Yeah.
them from this and that. So the reason why I'm doing what I am doing is that I am an educational consultant with the university. So if you go to their website,
Mm.
you find my company name there. So I
Period.
am not an agent. You know that one they will call
Yeah,
Nigerian
yeah.
say,
You're very
oh,
well
I am an
trusted.
agent. I don't deal with any agent. It is
Yeah.
either me, my office, or
Direct.
never. You
Yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
we don't work with any agent. It's with either my
Right.
office or not nothing. And again,
Yeah.
if you're a student and if you're less than 17 years old or 16, you can't come talking to me because you put your parents into pressure after doing
Right.
this and that. Maybe they are not ready, right? So
Mm.
the school pays for my own services. When I get
Mm.
admission for you, I am not expecting you to pay me for getting admissions for you.
Everything.
So the
Wow.
school
This
pay me for
school
the
paid
services I offer you, right?
offer
All
to
the
them.
services I do, going to the
Yeah.
airport to pick you up, this, and that,
Yeah.
is from my own inner self, my own
In
person.
yourself.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
before I can do this, you'll be able to show me that you can at least afford to pay the, what's it called, to pay the application fee.
Application, yeah, yeah,
Because it's not
yeah,
after stressing me because I am
yeah.
offering you free
Because you have
services
your
on
own
the,
time as well. You have your time,
yes,
you have things
yes,
to do.
yes. So if you want me to be the one to get admission for you, good and fine. It then means you have to pay for the admission fee, the exact fee the school charges. I'll help you to
Charges.
get this admission. When you're done,
Yeah.
the way you do your study permit, that is the immigration aspect of it. You can take it off
Mm,
anywhere, right? So, but for
yes.
to help you to get admission, no. And another one, another comes to it. I have two different options. You can as
Okay.
well do the application yourself, select my own business name in the drop down menu, then check me inbox and tell me I've already applied. Then I'll
Applied.
help you to complete it.
Complete
I'll
it.
help you to complete
Okay.
it. So you are not paying me for these services. The school pays me for the
Pays you. So
services.
can you guys
Right?
hear that? You're not paying her for the service, the school pays her for the service. All she needs to know is that you're coming correct, you're coming with the budget, and you have everything so she doesn't waste her time. And I can see people saying they have questions. We're gonna take your questions when we're done. We're almost getting there. So, what is the best way of contacting you? Because I know a lot of people would want to reach out to you and they don't want to, a scam page, maybe reach out to the wrong person. How can they reach out to you directly and know that it's you they're talking to?
Okay, so now through my website, I have a website www.ggicc.ca. So they will
Okay.
see the study permit aspect of it, study abroad. So because
Okay.
in my website, for you to book an appointment, you have to validate it with a payment. So that
Okay.
payment they are making for that study abroad is the cost of the application.
Yeah.
I think it's 200. So whatever you pay there, I have to do that because normally I put that to be free. You find out as a lot of time wasters, they will come and waste time and whatever. And we are very, very busy. You are an
Yeah.
influencer, you know what it means
Yeah, that
to
may
you know
no,
that
because if you have a lot of people trying to attend to you and then you miss out on the important ones because the other ones there are wrong, that makes sense. Because at least you
yeah,
know what they're paying for is part of their consultation fee as well. Too, yeah, so that makes sense. I think that works.
so what they are paying for is not the consultation fee, but the application fee. Except
Application fee,
those
rather.
in Ontario, schools in
Yeah.
Ontario, those in schools in Ontario should know that the application fee sometimes like $265, which is
Yeah.
far in that website. So when they
Oh,
sign into that, it then means they themselves, at the end of the day, they will pay the balance for getting that admission for them, which is like
wow.
$65. That's for
Dollars.
those outside Ontario. Just,
Ontario.
sorry,
Mm.
those in looking for admission in Ontario, because what I have in my website is less than what Ontario offers.
Okay. Someone say kindly pin the websites for easy access. The website link. Can you just type it and pin it? So please pin the
Just give me a
website.
second.
Okay. Guys, we're pinning the website. Hi guys. Hi, my people. I've not been live in a long time. How you guys doing? Thank you. Thank you. I see all the positive comments. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. We'll be back to your questions. We're coming for your questions. Okay. Have you been able to pin it?
I'm not able to pin it, and I'm seeing the message here.
Thank you.
Do you see the
Uh,
message?
yeah, I've seen
The
it. I
website.
think you have to pin it because me, I can't. I think it has to be you to pin it because I think you're the one that started the live, right? I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to click on the comments and pin it. The skin is killing. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you. So I think
Maybe
okay, maybe
later because I wouldn't
let me
want
yeah, yeah,
to.
yeah. We'll just do that later.
I wouldn't want to stop it
We'll go with it.
halfway before.
When we're taking their questions, we'll do that.
Okay.
Um. Okay, so we have two more questions. I have two more questions. Can you tell us about the documentation required for applying for a study permit?
Okay. So, number one, I have to tell you people one thing when you're looking for admission in Canada. So, if you are looking for anything that is less than bachelor's degree, like certificate course, post certificate, this and that, please always look out for something they call field of study requirements to know whether this will give you has an eligibility for postgraduate work permits at the end of the day. Because if you study and what you study does not have postgraduate work eligibility at the end of the day, you will not be given the visa to work as a student at the end of your study. Do you understand? So that is number one. So and also know that if you are studying at undergraduate level, like bachelor's, masters, this and that,
Masters,
you now
yes.
require what they call PAL.
All right, I'm going to end it here. I'll pin the site or link or IG handle on the description below so you can follow there to watch all the video. They have a big, the video is longer than this, took about an hour thereabout, but I can't put all of them here. So this is just to give you a clue. I didn't even know that Preppy graduated from Babcock. Wow, this is amazing. All right, great one, nice one, nice one. And just put in a thought in the comment section, question, things that have worried you. Go right to the description box and follow for more information. Okay, I'll see you. I promise to give you an updated version of this video, so that's why I'm bringing it here. Sorry it took longer than I thought, but we're here. Like this one, put a thought, one or two, what you have learned from Miss Ife or Sondo. All right, and we'll see in another beautiful video. Yeah, she got a lot of certification, so don't play. She even sang our Fiki Shela. She been following. She's a die-hard fan, like I said, and also loves the family. Okay, don't joke. If you're interested, just rush straight to her DM and ask for the questions. I'll see you in another video.